I believe that was Eddie Hagee up on the outside of the racetrack. Let's take a look back.
Happens to Greenwall here. That's that blue and orange machine. Hits
boy.
Now to the inside. Does he hit the... Oh, he does hit the wall again. Luckily for
the touch, and that's all she wrote. A heavy lick into the outside wall. See that 14 down low and just overcorrects up. It's such an easy mistake to make. The good news is not a lot of damage on either car. And Grant's coming in. Grant's been hit. He's up the racetrack. Into the outside wall hard. He's going to collect onto the friends who had already come down the pit road. Caution flag is out. This changes everything. Still crashing into the infield as Tyler Grinnell spins up the racetrack with Barron Morton. He's out under this yellow flag. Did not choose to come down the pit road despite that heavy impact. Connor LaFrance goes around and Tyler Grinnell gets collected as well. Just got caught up by Mark Brannigan Jr. there and sent down into the infield grass, and Spencer Ray caught the outside wall pretty heftily as well. Well, goes Kroll 4 wide now as we come off of turn number 4. And trouble, front straightaway, boundary's been turned. Multi-car pile-up, it is the big one on the front straightaway. Freilich is involved. Yes, it just falls apart. A lot of damage on quite a few cars up the road, and that is from the air, and look at the pile-up. Man, a lot of cars had some very lucky escapes in that. Oh, trouble, turn 2, hard into the wall goes LaFrance. Collects Davey Hazard. Only thing Hazard did wrong was being in the wrong place at the wrong time, and man, that is a huge impact into the wall. I might have had a little bit of a touch there, you know. Purcell, meanwhile, just lost it all by himself. And meanwhile, everyone is just out of shape, out of control. Hard into the outside wall goes Wilson. And there was Brink getting into him again. He got out of the first lap. Clean aim sideways. Big time up into traffic. Gets into Holscher. And I think that's sending this race into extras. Pretty heavy lick into the wall for Greneau as the day for Eastern Stars Motorsports goes from bad to worse. Well, that's all she wrote for Blaine Brink. We're watching out. McCall gets into the wall, catches Hazard. Multiple cars around. Hard hits into the inside wall. Spencer Ray annihilated. Holscher annihilated. Muse got into it with Brett Rucker, and then Spencer Ray just got into Dallas Holscher, and then both cars huge licks into the inside wall, especially for Spencer Ray. On board with Ray, this is one of the most violent hits we've seen all season. Oh boy. Just a head-on impact, and then while all that was going on, it started to kind of fall apart with Cole Freilich and Moore. Okay, you can kind of already see it started up there. Let's jump up the road to Mark Brannigan Jr. here. He's got Mickey Tuttle alongside him. Jacob Noyes stuffed it in, drifted up the track, and just took out the number 20. Down the track, got it to Morton. Sent them both for a ride, and that sent them up into the outside wall, and Ames just barely snuck through that. that was the mayhem that began to take place. And then you see Cole Fraley trying to slip through the middle there as stamping on the loud pedal wasn't happening as he got hit from behind by Davey Hazard. Grenot went spinning there with Sean Bounty being taken for a spin. And one more time for the spotter stand. This will be the look of Morton's car throughout the fray. Coming around, you see the smoke already started to check up, and just one thing leads to another. Grenot's going to drive into the back of Morton as he drifts up into the track. That collective, Blaine Brink and more up into the track goes Bounty being taken out. 43 car took a hit. And dicing as a few go evasive down into the first hairpin /kins of the racetrack. 2 cars get spun round. And more caught up at the apex. 1 up into the air. As just got caught up on the curb, sent around high-speed spin into the wall that no one else collected. And 1 car, 2 is into the grass. That's Williams. Williams turned. Williams hard into the Armco. He's going to take Jason Lee with him. Fires back across the track. Collects Patel. Collects a bunch of them. Oh boy, it's a huge pile up. Multiple cars up into the wall, into the air. There's Blevins and just up, over, and wall. And trying to find a way to get through. Oh, they're around to the back end. Patel into the wall, big. He's going to collect Dupuis. Slides across the track and collects a couple. Still stopped, middle of the track, head on impact. Collects the 549, sorry. And they're not done piling yet, I reckon. Jumps across the track to try and just get the heck out of the way. Justin Hall up the road, and this is his impact as that is a massive lick into the wall. And Ron Wolf just had Catlin right behind him and tags, and oh my goodness! Brutal impact into the wall there for Jason Lee. Upset the car hard into the wall. Like this one was self-inflicted. Too deep, grass, wall. And Blake Gambrill, literally a second ago, has had a problem at the same complex. And I'm willing to bet identical mistake as well. And in fact, it was. As there is Murphy still trying to get going. Combs just ran over the back of the 19, sent him into the wall, and then Combs pulled aside to redress. Started when Russ Clayton caught the grass, swung it out wide, and nearly took to the grass, and then John Combs rebounded across the track and took out Ethan Patel with him. And looking like he might have collected Darren Bai as well. Oh, Bai caught the grass sideways and boom! This lap, not seeing anybody so far that's staying out while Dupuis gets air and wall. That is at the top of the Dolly. As there is McFadden and looking like he might have gotten a little bit loose. Wanted to get a look in car with the. This is a vicious impact, just snapped in. Oh my word. All 4 wheels lifting off the ground there. Ryan Shelton caught a bad piece of that. The driver that won last week's race, well, not today, as ouch. In a moment, this is yellow flag number 3. You're gonna see this incident developing kind of up the road. Right there, you see Stacey Hunter getting loose, corrects in a shoe, and then up the road. Oh no! Oh, Hunter caught Millender, and that's what spun Millender around. Oh, right there, Josiah Vincent got turned by Dalton Powell, I think that was. sent him spinning up into the outside wall, and it was on from there. From the air, and then it just comes down to the door of the 60 car. As, man, that Brookstone Animal Hospital car. Oh, and round goes the leaders! Shaw Bounty's turn! Into the wall, collects Hausman, collects Eisenman. Just got loose with the dog leg and pounds the inside fence. Just gonna lose the back end of the dog leg all by himself. Gets run over from behind by the 53. That spins him down and then backs up the racetrack right into Joey Barrett. And you see Barrett careen into the outside wall and flip over on his roof. I think, by my count, that's got to be the first ever flip that we've seen at the Phoenix Raceway on Green Flag TV. That is unbelievable, and you see him tumble back over onto all fours. This will be at speed. There's the hit. And just careens up into him. I think Cotilla cannot be understated that Cotilla took a huge crunch as well. On board of the Highline Motorsports number 5 of Cotilla has got Joey Barrett on his inside. They can see this wreck happening in front of them, but just, what do you do in that situation? There's nothing you can do. This afternoon as May, just picked the tail end out. Spun her down into the infield, high-speed slide. Kept it off the racetrack, though. Did a good job. Turned it back down to the grass, and as there is the 77 flying into the infield at high speed. Watch up the road, left side of your screen. You're going to see Aaron May coming to view. And yeah, May's trying to come to pit road, and clearly Lane and Rapp just were not expecting it. Win it. A little bit of a loose moment there from the LSU machine. Oh, loose moments all around as a huge stack up throughout. Zane Bailey. Catch it, no! Up into the outside wall. Caution's out again. And nearly had Sleep at speed. Boy, that just seemed to come out of left field, and took the caution a while to come out.
Yeah, the crossover off the banking. I think Corey, yeah, so that's a downshift as well for Corey.
Jumping over the curve, or Matthew Krogh spins the O2 machine around.
Saved it. Car up. Just barely
it.
grabs the barriers, and that'll kill the engine and the right front tire.
And then this was Batista's spin. As he... Whoa, boy. That's a weird incident. There's Krogh completely by himself, and... So Krogh's incident I thought was related. It was not, and this incident with Batista and Moore was just completely isolated.
Krogh's gonna find the there's a as the car transition, it gets a little bit light right there. Spins it on his own. I'm curious as to how Carson George ends up in this one. Well, there's the spin.
Yeah, Batista got loose, got hit by Garcia. There's George, and wow, 2 for 2 on Garcia. First one, not his fault, and I don't even know if the second one was really his fault either.
You're on the brakes nowhere near as long, so you're not loading the tire anywhere near as long.
Whoa!
There she goes.
Keeps it off the wall, though.
Oh my god, you don't know about Pokemon Coliseum!
Oh no! Grutzbacher finally loses it.
I can't repeat what Travis Fleming just said about the...
Oh, boy. Yep.
So there's going to be a late lose. No, fairly early lose. It was already going there. and he kept it off